right? Here's your Windows PC. Great. So if you were to come in and you turn power onto the cube, power's onto the cube, right? Great. The software bundle is located down here on your taskbar.
Put it on the screen somewhere.
We can put it up here too. Hang on. Let me go right click. Hang on.
Make a copy there. Yes. And the file location, we can set it manually, right?
Yes, but
Where is the store file?
yeah, but just leave it where it is right now. So right now, if I double click this, okay, it doesn't like the shortcut.
Alright, let's just operate from there. And see.
Operate from taskbar. Yeah. So basically, you just click on it, and it gives you the login, and you can just say Mcrafts, or if you want to create a new user, you can create a new user. But for now, just use Mcrafts. And then it'll open up the main software window, and it goes back and it just reads the gun vacuum very quickly, and we're at vacuum. And so this is the main software window of the microscope, right? And it's basically you can't access anything until you tell it to do something, right? Can't access. You can access these features, but realistically, it's not doing anything, right? And so here's pictures that it's remembered. So if I hover my mouse over the left-hand side, it changes to my stage program. And then if I come here and if I click on these arrows, it changes back to the picture taking, right? So if I hover it there, it changes to the stage program. And so realistically, what it wants me to do is run. So I click on run, and it automatically will turn the beam on. Okay, beam is on right now. Okay, so now the beam is on. So what I'm going to do is, if I keep my mouse inside the SCM main operating window, and if I use my trackball, if I go up or if I go down, see I'm just rolling my trackball right now? Yep, that's changing the magnification, right? And actually I see your grid. See your grid right there? See the corner of your grid, right? So if I move my mouse over to where the grid is, if I double click my left mouse button, that's going to center the grid. It's going to center that exact spot that I double clicked, and it's giving me the location of where I'm looking at too. There. So if I come up in magnification a little bit more, and if I double click that spot, it'll center that spot up. Or if I double click that spot, it'll center that spot. So everything's going to be maneuverable using the mouse. And again, the trackball determines my magnification. So if I go up or if I go down. Right? Up or down.
That's on the test.
So as I'm moving this up or down, I could see this changing here. The magnification readout is changing, right? So magnification readout, micro markers changing all on its own. Tell me what probe current I'm at. That's the diameter of the beam. It's telling me what high voltage I'm using, 20,000 volts, and it's telling me the working distance that the sample is away from the lens. That's a working distance of 11 millimeters, and it's giving me the names. But let me just change that name. Let me actually give you guys a name here. It's the notation. What's the name of your company? NYSBC?
Yeah. By the way, this is how you're gonna annotate your projects. With like images?
For Fiona?
No, for whatever you want to do, your own project. This is the only where you can add a different name to it. So the image will have this prefix.
Oh.
Yeah, so right now it has
So like,
NYSBC.
let you know.
You
So,
can't add any names or whatever later on. Well, later you can edit yourself, but here, to help you to what kind of image you're taking, you can do an annotation there.
So right now, I'm going to kind of skip a little bit, right? This is our stage program, and we don't need to home the stage or center the stage because we already are on our sample carousel where we need to be. But if I was to hit my X button, for instance, it'll move the stage in that direction, right? But I find that if I just double click my mouse, it centers everything up so much faster, and it's just a lot easier to use.
What about the beam alignment? Do you need to do any of that at the beginning?
So we'll hit that in a second. So again, the stage program, X, Y, center, Z, basically you would just delete this value, you put your own value, and it lets us know where we are. So just keep in mind, 10 millimeters is pretty good. That's what you kind of sort of want to be at. You can tell it to go to different Z levels as well, and you could also save positions. Like for instance, if you wanted to save this position, you would give it a name, like I don't know, Jim, and hit enter, and that position would be saved. So that's under Jim. So if I was to move this, to somewhere like over here, And if I want to go back, I would just select position Jim, and I would just go to position and move back to that original position.
Yeah.
So you can always recall. It's not we're not focused right now, so I'm just doing this step by step. All I did was really hit run, and I'm just going over the stage menu right now.
It's the same with tilted. When tilted stage, it's the same thing. It will
That's
go
correct.
back-
It's just going to
will
go back to
the
whatever point, whatever position you're at. It doesn't matter. It just remembers the coordinates.
Yes.
So again,
The coordinates is X, Y, Z.
X, Y, Z. That's correct.
3 points, right?
3 points. Yep. So again, the stage program, right? But the carousel, this is the easiest way to pick wherever you want to go. All right. So if we skip around just a little bit, and I'm going to come over here. So this is a configuration file here, and that's for us to go in and change some parameters. It's password protected, so you really can't go in there. And then here you have an option where you could just, add text and annotation, so on and so forth. It also tells me how long the filament's been on for, 31 minutes. So it gives me some filament life, great. And this here right here is just some testing for us, and it requires our password. So realistically, the only option you could the only thing you can hit here is just the option tab. So nothing to worry about there. When you install a new filament, we use this automatic filament saturation button. We click on that, and it saturates the filament for us. We don't have to worry about that. This does an automatic brightness and contrast. This does an automatic gun alignment. This will do an automatic focus. This will do an automatic wobble.
Automatic. Because you just need to click through them.
You can, but realistically,
Probably
as soon as
don't
this
have
turns
to.
out, as soon as I just work over here, this is a lot easier for me. So I hit run initially, right?
Yeah.
And then next thing I do is I throw up a focus window. See this focus window came up, and I can move this wherever I want it to be.
Yeah.
So I can just move that around. And see down here where it says focus? I just need to click on that. See how it became a left arrow? And so if I change my slider in that left arrow in one direction or the other, right? Oop, hang on. I could focus on that, right? Right around there. And so if I come off of that, and if I come up in magnification a little bit, and if I come over here on this focus, same thing. And if I just run my focus button, my trackball, it goes in and out of focus. Let me find a little bit of a better area. And I'm going to find a little bit better area. And go maybe over this guy over here. That area was a little ruffled. Yeah, this area looks a lot nicer. All right, so let's go in this area. Focus window up again, right? And so if I hover over the focus, and if I just move my trackball, right? See how it goes out of focus, and see how it goes into focus and back out of focus, right? That's moving my trackball. Or if I left click on it, it becomes a fine focus. So if I slide my mouse, that's fine focus. And if I right click, again, that's coarse focus. So that's very coarse, right? So what I like using is I'll use the fine focus initially. I mean, we're kind of a high magnification as well. So 11,000x trying to focus sometimes is a little difficult. So I'll just lower the mag a little bit just to see a shade, and I'll come back in here again, click on my slider, and I went the wrong way. So there we go. So when I come out of my focus window, right, the whole image will appear that focal point that I had, and then I can just go slow scan if I want to slow the scan speed down just to see it a little bit differently. Or from there, I could just go photo, for instance, if I want to take a picture of it. So that would be a picture of this image. And so if I move this directory over to my image capture directory, then from here I could just hit, as soon as this finishes, I could just hit save. So I hit save, and it just saved that image. And so if I want to export that image, I just left click on that image, and I go export, and it exports it as a JPEG. So wherever you want to go. JPEG or a TIFF or a bitmap. And whatever file or folder you want to save it in.
But the file, whatever it took, will be there.
Yeah, it'll save it as right. So right now I'm saving this. So if I wanted to put this, I mean, I don't know, you pick where you want to put it, I guess.
But this will be, every time you turn on the machine, the picture will be there.
Unless you delete it.
Unless you delete it.
Unless you delete it.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So you can transfer it.
Yeah, yeah. So right now, let's say we don't want like some of these pictures, right? I can just go delete, right? Highlight it, delete, highlight, delete. Here's some of my older pictures that I had on there. So bugs, so on and so forth. So yeah, just highlight, delete, highlight, delete. Right. And then to get back on the live image, you just hit the photo button, and that brings you back to your live image. So again, magnification rolls up using your trackball. And focusing uses trackball too, but I love using the focusing window just because it speeds the scan up inside. And if I zoom up in the focus window, like right now I'm at 5000x, or you know, a little bit higher. I'm sorry, probably like around 30,000. Actually, looks like the mag is pretty high. Come out of the focus window, yeah, 21,000x, and then at that point I can just click on photo and wait for that to develop, and then just hit save.
Yeah,
But it's really straightforward. It's really just playing with 2 buttons, 3 buttons realistically.
What happens if we don't click save?
Then it's not going to save it.
So it will not be appearing.
It won't be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to hit save for it to throw it up on this menu.
Also-
as soon as I go save, see it just threw that up there.
Remember that the track, wherever the your mouse is located on the screen, wherever your thing is, if it's hovering over focus, your trackball will then become focus.
Right, when Mark is saying if it's hovering over focus here, it'll become focus.
Yep.
So as I'm moving it around focus-wise, I'm changing its
Yeah.
focus.
When you're in this window with the mouse, then it becomes zoom.
So just really quick, down here is rotation. If I left click on rotation, I could rotate this, 90 degrees or whatever I want to, 360 degrees I would want to
It's
rotate.
rotating the stage?
It's rotating it electronically. It's rotating the beam. Because right now we're at 5000x. Picture if you rotated the stage at 5000x, it's
Yeah.
just continually
It will be
blow off.
just,
Gone. Yeah.
How do you track it?
I'm sorry? It's
I
doing it
mean,
electronically through the scan crawls right now. So wherever I leave this, let's say I left it there, see it gave me a value of 72. So if I hold my mouse there and if I double click my trackball, it brings that back to 0. So if I double click, it resets it. So that's rotation. This is gun alignment X. I left click on it and I just slide that to get the brightest spot to align the beam, right? Gun alignment, we just talked about that a second ago. Gun alignment X, gun alignment Y, another slider. Just slide me, just looking for brightness, great. Right around there. And then contrast, I don't know, wherever you like your contrast. It's just your contrast. And then brightness, however you like your brightness as well. So everybody likes the way the image looks differently. Like you might like the way that looks, right? Because it's going to give you like a nice, like grainy, look to it. I like it different. It's a taste control. It's taste control.